Straight ahead this evening, Prime Minister Ingram gives the most important address of his political career. Tonight we have team coverage and your views on the national address on crime. Randy Frazier still awaiting his fate. His unlawful sex case adjourned till next week. The BPSU recount taking place today. What's the outcome? And straw vendors faced with another issue today, rain. They say they're ready for the new market. It's Tuesday, October 4th. Get ready. The Bahamas Tonight starts right now.
Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
Great to have you along this Tuesday. I'm Shanique Miller. This is the Bahamas Tonight National Report. Security, protection and welfare of the Bahamian people at the forefront of the government's plans to turn around a society that's become crime-plagued. With the murder count in the triple digits, the topic of crime has gripped the nation. Last night, Prime Minister Ingram outlined just how his government will fulfill these goals during a national address on crime. The changes include sweeping changes to legislation and new programs aimed at social reform. We have a team of reporters on this story tonight. We begin with Altaviz Munnings.
We are today confronted by an intolerable level of crime, especially violent crime and disrespect by the criminal class for life and for the giver of life.
More than 100 murders on record, daily reports of house break-ins, armed robberies, and drug and gun seizures prompting the Ingram administration to take action to fight crime. The first step is to introduce anti-crime legislation designed to dismantle the criminal gangs plaguing the country. Take, for instance, illegal firearms. Police Commissioner Ellison Greenslade reported last month that officers seized 324 firearms and close to 6,000 rounds of ammunition this year. Much different from last year's numbers, 247 firearms along with 4,751 rounds of ammunition seized. Prime Minister Hubert Ingram noted in Monday's national address on crime that amendments to the Firearms and Dangerous Drug Acts with the new legislation for the control and regulation of pawnbrokers and second-hand dealers will add new teeth to police measures to stop the sale of stolen property. The government will also add 2 magistrate courts to deal exclusively with drug and gun matters.
I announced this evening that for a period of 30 days, following the introduction of the amendments to the Firearms Act on Wednesday, 5th of October 2011, all citizens and other persons are requested to turn in to the police any and all unlicensed firearms in their possession. After the 4th of November 2011, anyone convicted of unlawful possession of a firearm or ammunition will, upon conviction, be imprisoned for a minimum period of 4 years. I highlight the fact that the power of magistrates to impose sentences is being increased from 5 to 7 years.
The Prime Minister also confirmed a 6-year penalty for possession and sales of drugs discovered within 1 mile of a school. Now keep in mind that the government has embedded the Royal Bahamas Police Force with 200 officers, new equipment, technology, and crime-fighting tools to stamp out crime. The new electronic monitoring system and closed-circuit TV, which the Prime Minister claims has won rave reviews from the police, has strengthened the police force's crime-fighting measures. Prime Minister Ingram also announced Monday that the first of 2 highly equipped specialized mobile police command centers is ready and will support community policing with high-visible police operations. Police can also obtain statements and information at the scene of an incident. Prime Minister Ingram also disclosed that when Parliament resumes Wednesday, amendments to bail legislation will be tabled. He noted that prior to granting bail to a defendant in murder, armed robbery, or rape cases, a judge must be satisfied that the accused has not been and is not likely to be tried within 3 years. There are substantial grounds for the accused to surrender to custody or appear to his trial, not commit an offense while on bail, or interfere with any witnesses charged with another case while on bail, and the court is required to take into account the antecedents and character of the defendant.
Where a judge is so satisfied and grants bail, the reasons for doing so must be put in writing, and the Attorney General may appeal such a decision, and if he does so, the accused is not to be released on bail until the appeal is heard and determined by the Court of Appeal.
Now, many Bahamians have been calling on the Ingram administration to reinforce capital punishment. Prime Minister Ingram revealed that an amendment to the law will retain the death penalty as a punishment with the added penalty of life imprisonment. That means when a life sentence is granted as an alternative to death, the sentence will be carried out for the remainder of a convicted individual's natural life.
For persons convicted of murder who are not sentenced to death, the alternative penalty of life imprisonment will be imposed where the victim is a witness or a party in an action, civil or criminal, where a member of a jury or a past jury in a criminal case is murdered, where the offense is in relation to the murder of more than one person, where the convict had been previously convicted of murder, or when the murder was committed at the direction of another person. The sentence of death will also apply where the victim is a member of the police force, defense force, customs, immigration, the prison service, members of judiciary, or where the murder occurred in the commission of a robbery, a rape, kidnapping, or an act of terrorism.
In murder cases where the death sentence does not apply, the accused, who has to be 18 and above, will be levied a 30 to 60-year prison sentence. The Prime Minister also announced that a new court for remand hearings is ready and the new Nassau Street Magistrate Complex is nearing completion. Meanwhile, January 1st will mark the start of 5 magistrates' courts hearing criminal matters here in New Providence, and a new Supreme Court judge will be appointed at that same time. Now, speaking of the Supreme Court, another court of that system will also be added in order to deal with the heavy case backlog. Altaviz Mannings, ZNS News.
Well, less than 24 hours later, there is action behind the Prime Minister's words relating to turning in illegal guns. Just moments ago, the Ministry of National Security sent out a press release advising that an amnesty period for firearms will begin tomorrow, October 5th. The statement reads, Minister of National Security Tommy Turnquest today signed an order under the Firearms Amnesty Act 1993, declaring a firearms moratorium period from October 5th to November 3rd, 2011. The order specifies designated places in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and the Family Islands. These places are as follows: New Providence, and here's the places that you can go and turn your firearm in. The Firearm Licensing Office, Thompson Boulevard, Oaksfield; Central Detective Unit, Thompson Boulevard; Drug Enforcement Unit, Thompson Boulevard; Cable Beach Police Station, Central Police Station, East Street; South Police or Southern Police Station, Market and Kwaku Streets; Grove Police Station, Blue Hill Road; Wolf Road Police Station, on Wolf Road; Carmichael Police Station, East Street South Police Station, Elizabeth Estates Police Station, Fox Hill; and Grand Bahama, Central Detective Unit, Central Police Station; Lucaya Police Station, 8 Mile Rock; the police station at West End; and in the Family Islands, the Administrator's Office or any police station. Minister Turnquest's statement concludes saying, I wish to advise that while the moratorium is in effect, it will not apply to any person arrested by the police who is found in possession of any illegal firearm. Any member of the public now having unlicensed firearms in their possession is urged to deposit them at one of the designated places. Well, the Prime Minister also announced that the government is set to begin a national volunteerism program in less than 1 month, noting that young men are predominantly from the urban renewal areas or urban areas are mainly the culprits. Prime Minister Ingram called for a nationwide effort that would reach troubled youth, particularly those young men. Immediately, they will benefit from a $1 million initiative to bolster the outreach.
Government will make available $1 million immediately to initiate programs within urban areas of Nassau and Freeport. These programs will be developed and executed in conjunction with social partners, such as the church, civic groups, and sporting groups.
Prime Minister Ingram said the $1 million will be used in addition to the resources that are already budgeted for various urban renewal and youth development programs in Nassau and Freeport. And these aren't just promises with no start date attached. They start almost immediately.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Development will spearhead this effort together with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. We expect these programs to be up and running by as early as December of this year.
In conversations across the country, everyone admits the effort to get this crime problem licked will take a combined partnership with all hands on deck. Prime Minister Ingram went one step further. He made a call to Bahamians the nation over to sign up for national volunteerism. This, too, is to start sooner rather than later.
We will launch it on November 1st, this National Volunteers Register. This register will enable you to sign up to be available, to volunteer your time for mentoring our young men and women, assisting in community centers with after-school programs, outreaches to urban neighborhoods to encourage parental and child involvement in school activities, to work with existing youth organizations in their programs, and a host of social activities that can positively impact upon our society.
Referencing Dr. Off's Get Involved numerous times, Prime Minister Ingram laid out just how you can do that. The interested person is to register online or at various designated government offices. Mr. Ingram said the aim is to enlist hundreds, perhaps thousands of people for the program. The government also plans to strengthen partnerships with civil society, churches, civic groups, and the business community.
To fund and manage targeted social intervention programs to confront antisocial and criminal behavior among various groups. In our shared fight against crime, there's an urgent need for more community service and mentoring and greater corporate citizenship and philanthropic efforts, inclusive of helping to fund and sustain various youth and young adult programs, as well as crime prevention and offender rehabilitation programs.